Right. Shave ice, snow cone with lots of delicious stuff, and rice cake on top of it, which is tasty as well. Mark got there. That was awesome. I lost my glasses in the ice ponds. I was just swimming around, and then I jumped off a big rock and they fell off. And I was like, oh shit. So I thought I was gonna have to spend like $600 or $500 to get new glasses because we're in Hawaii for Christ's sake. And so um, I was calling all over the place, and finally I found this glasses shop in Koreatown, and I thought, well, hello. Glasses in Korea are dirt cheap, so maybe. So we went to this glasses shop, and I noticed that the guy was Korean, so I just started speaking Korean to him, and he was like, "Holy shit, you speak Korean!" So he gave me these glasses for like $80 or something, including the lenses. It was awesome. He was like, "Yeah, I'll give you Korean price, cause you speak Korean," and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." So instead of spending 600, I spent 100. Uh, Furthermore, I'm thinking about getting LASIK these days because in Korea it's dirt cheap. It's like one third the cost of America. Uh, Recorded with Mark, recorded one song. As a lot of you probably know, he released an album recently, and he wanted to put one song of mine on there, so we recorded that in Sean's living room, which was amazing because there are like barking dogs in the background, and you can hear the street noise and all sorts of stuff like that. And Mark didn't have a boom stand, so we actually you should see. I have pictures of Mark wrapping tape around the microphone on a stick that's pointing towards my face, and on a rotatable chair. That was how we did that. We went driving one day, and Hawaii doesn't joke around. Hawaii just wants to be the most beautiful place in the world. So we're driving and we see this rainbow, and it gets closer and closer, and we're like, "Holy shit! Are we gonna drive through this rainbow?" And I always thought like rainbows, you get closer and closer to a rainbow, and then it gets farther and farther away, and you never actually get there. But we actually drove through a rainbow, like in the way that like you would expect the car to have like colors on top of it when it came out the other side, like Magic School Bus style. Uh, it was really awesome. Not only that, there were two rainbows. One was like stacked on another. They were like snuggling, and there were rainbows all over the place. It was just like Rainbow Day that day, and we drove right through one. It was awesome. We went to this museum, Mark and I did, after Sean left, and this museum was supposed to be really cool. Uh, and maybe Sean and I went. I can't remember exactly who went, but uh, it was a modern art museum. And so we go there and we pay like I don't know how much, $7 or something, and we go inside and there's just nothing there. Just nothing there. And as we're walking through like the third room, there's like a little leaf on the ground. And I was like, "What the hell is that? Like is there stuff growing in here or what?" And then we go to like the fourth room, the fifth room, and there's like a leaf on the side of the wall that's just sort of growing out of the side of the wall. That's actually plastic. Anyway, so you get to the entire end of the thing, and it turns out the entire museum has been converted into like just this exhibit, which is not really an exhibit so much as some plastic greenery placed in odd places. And that was pretty hilarious. I felt like when we got out, like they were gonna give us our money back and be like, "Ah, gotcha. There's no museum here. It's down the road. We just set this up for fun." But actually, that was the exhibit. Just some shit, like little pieces of greenery on the ground. That was it. Then I went to Hanama Bay after everyone else left. I had a couple days left, and so I went to this place called Hanama Bay, and I got to see all sorts of cool fish and turtles and stuff. And I got bumped into by a turtle again. That was really cool. Went snorkeling, uh, and then I came to Korea, and Korea's been pretty good. There's good and bad parts. Gained a lot of weight when I got here. Seoul is easy to get fat in because it's cheap and there's lots of bad food here. There's also lots of good food, but me being me doesn't make the best decisions. Since then, I've been trying to work on that. So going to the gym every day these weeks and doing yoga, doing some yoga. It helps that my yoga instructor is mega hot. And going to class, I teach like none at all. I teach like 3 hours a day, and it's enough to pay the bills. My housemate is Korean. I looked on a Korean website called like roommates.com or something like that, roommates.co.kr. And I typed in Korean and I was like, hey, I'm looking for a Korean person to practice Korean with. And, I can help with English and stuff like that. And I got like a slew of responses, maybe like 40. And I just replied to all of them and sort of got a feeling for who they were. And then I had interviews with them. And then I picked the dude that I'm living with now. His name is Sang-hoon. Sang-hoon. And he is awesome. He is awesome. He plays like American football and he runs a company. And he's pretty young. He's still in college. And he's on a year break and he's just up here hanging out. And he's really cool. So I'm sure you'll meet him at some point. But anyway, I'll stay in touch as much as I can. Try to do these every once in a while. But I wanted to keep you guys up to date on stuff that's been happening. So if you guys want to keep getting these, I'll send them out. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. There's a lot of stuff that's happened in Korea since then, but I gotta go. So I'm gonna do one of these again maybe next week or something like that. See you guys.